Today on Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter podcast, we review some of the best EVPs we caught at Pythian Castle in 2022. Welcome to another edition of Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter podcast. I am John, Dustin, Tyler, and Bobby all here today for the podcast. Chris and Melissa have got some other things going on today with the holiday.
It's our second podcast ever without Chris.
I know, it's so weird, isn't it?
It is weird because this is the part where you two are doing the back and forth while we all think about what we're going to
Right,
say,
and
if anything.
Sometimes I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat later.
Normally, Chris is going on about different elements here, and that's part of the reason why I had this awkward pause. I'm like,
website.
I'm looking for him. That's true. We have not mentioned that.
Plug it.
It's mwghosthunters.com. If you got any paranormal activity that's going on, and even if you're someplace that is nowhere near Springfield, we have some other groups we can refer to and help you out with that.
I was going to tell Chris, too. I've had people from my personal life ask me, hey, do you guys sell any shirts or anything?
Actually, we do. If you go to mwghosthunters.com.
That wasn't a plug. I swear to God, I was just going to mention it to him. Well, but I didn't know if we did. I couldn't remember.
We do.
John is a plug master.
I know.
We actually do. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can choose from. You can go to mwghosthunters.com. He's got everything up there.
Honestly, I did not know.
He really does. He really does. Okay. You know, it's everything from sweatshirts. Cool. He's got regular shirts. I think he's even got some super cute shirts that you can definitely check out.
Shirts.
Yeah, they're all sparkly, and those are the super cute. I don't know. He and I were actually into a discussion about that, if those are super cute or just cute shirts. And if so, what is the distinction between them? And usually, whenever he stops texting back, that's my answer. That's his way of saying leave.
If the light shines off of it, it's super cute.
Yes.
That's the rule.
I would think some of these things would actually cross over into totes adorb.
If I go the rest of my life without hearing you say the phrase totes adorb again, I'll be all right.
Were you saying that I didn't do a good job of that? Bobby thought that I was pretty awesome with it.
I just never imagined you saying.
Bobby was nodding big time that I had spoken the lingo.
Can you sample that and make a music piece out of it, Tyler?
There was something a couple episodes ago I wanted to sample, and I forgot what it was. John said something.
I am the wave of coolness whenever it comes to this. So, sometimes I take the curve so hard that the curve's not even there, and I end up in the ditch. So, I mean, that's just how cool I am at times. When you look at all of the things that happened here at Pythian Castle, we've been here for over a year. When you look back at 2022 in EVPs, there are so many of them. I mean, we could literally, I told Chris, I said, we could go for like just hours and hours and hours if we just ran the EVPs back to back and didn't even talk about them. So, I mean, there's so many
we're really
great
lucky
things
to get to be able to do this.
We
don't say it enough.
It's crazy. And did you guys ever think whenever we started coming here that there would be as much activity here as there is during the podcast?
First of all, I never imagined when Chris and I started this whole thing that there'd be people listening to us talk about it. That's insane to me, that we have one listener. At all.
I remember whenever I hit Chris up about doing the podcast, I said, hey, you know what? There's a lot of podcasts that are around. What if we did a podcast on ghosts and we ran the EVPs that we catch every week? And he said, we could do that.
You know what we should do? We should figure out a way to have call-ins from listeners instead of just, we could do the emails too, but it would be cool to talk to people in real time on here.
Yeah.
About something.
That would be great. Yeah, that would be great. That's a good idea, to take, because the other thing too, after you've done this as long as we've done this, sometimes the things that we think are incredible, great questions are not things that the people really want to know. Is there something that you've always wanted to know? It's not necessarily we'll know the answer to it, but we would, it's always good to have those questions. It's a good idea. It's a really good idea. If you look at 2022, if you look back on it, there are so many EVPs that we caught that it is very difficult to come in and narrow down to the greatest one. I think one of them that has to be near the top, the one that we've talked about many, many times, was caught during a paranormal investigation. And this is one of those things that ends up happening a lot here at the castle. We caught audio during the...
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that. What was that?
Did you hear it? Tyler, did you hear it?
Was it a breath?
Yes. Yeah.
Might have been Bobby.
Okay.
What was it?
Did you do a creepy ghost breath, Bobby?
I don't know if it was me.
Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know which one you're going to talk about.
Yeah, the one
about this.
Is it the Charlie?
Yes. One of the best ones. We were reviewing audio about the theater upstairs, and there had been some paranormal activity, and we may even play some of the stuff that brought this up. But we ended up talking about Charlie Chaplin was a performer here at Pythian Castle years ago.
First of all, that's awesome.
It is.
Yeah, that's
To
really
just even
cool.
be in the same room that he was once in is kind of a cool thing to me.
Yeah.
I when we went up there, I had to touch the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is
I had to.
Charlie Chaplin, an entertaining legend, entertained at Pythian Castle in Springfield, Missouri. So we were talking about that and how cool that was in itself, minus anything paranormal. And that's when we get the Charlie Chaplin EVP. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to just go ahead and play that now. It's a historic place. I believe, like Charlie Chaplin performed there.
Yeah. So you and Melissa, I believe, were.
Did you hear that? Hear the Charlie Chaplin after he says that? We believe it says, "I knew him." Let me play it again. It's a historic place. I believe, like Charlie Chaplin performed there.
Yeah. So you
There.
and Melissa, I believe,
knew
were
him.
down somewhere.
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
It's an unknown guy. It's somebody completely foreign, and it's on there. Let's try it. It's a historic place. I believe, like Charlie Chaplin performed there.
Yeah. So you and
Right
Melissa,
there.
I believe, were down.
It sounded like somebody said, "Oh, okay, I remember."
I knew him is what I think. Our thought was it says I knew him. Let me try that one more time. It's a historic place. I believe, like Charlie Chaplin performed there.
Yeah. So you and Melissa, I believe, were down.
It sounds like more than that.
Oh, okay, I remember.
I don't know.
See, the thing that I have trouble doing sometimes is remembering the context of these, where everybody was, what we were like. It's hard to listen back and put yourself there. It's been too long, and I just don't remember specifics. But I remember at the time us being very sure everybody was accounted for, nobody was talking.
Well,
like,
and that's
except
that
for-
same tone of voice that the guy that we believe is Mr. Boots, we thought was perhaps Mr. Boots. This is another EVP that we caught. I believe this was caught during the live investigation. I believe it says, "I'll tell you," is what we think this
I hear
says.
a response. Yeah. I can't tell what it is.
I think it says,
It's very faint.
Oh my gosh. That was
yeah.
good.
yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah. This is
And
the,
what were we saying? I think
we
was
were
me talking.
Yeah, you were doing a. You said I can't really understand what it says, and then it jumps in, and here it is again.
Yeah. I hear a response.
Yeah.
I can't tell what it is.
I think it says.
It's very
I'll
faint.
tell you.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
That's exactly
think
what it says.
That is, I mean, these
That's
are the
clear.
ones that I like. Is the ones
Yeah.
that make sense. The response makes sense to what we're talking
It's
about.
an intelligent response, and it's very clear.
This is an extra female voice captured on Dustin's mic.
Clearly heard it. I thought that somebody was here, like somebody was home.
Did you just hear that?
I did. I heard it again.
female voice.
Yeah.
I heard it in the background there. Did you hear it?
Yeah,
It's like
I did.
like a-
That's a more standard EVP. It's less pronounced. This is Moan Over Old Man in the
I'm
podcast.
picturing Herbert from Family Guy.
Yeah,
Looks like the old man on The Simpsons. The old man.
Yeah, that's even better. Homer's dad.
Yeah, Homer's dad's who it is. It's like,
Did you hear it back there?
I didn't hear that. Did you guys hear anything on that?
Play it one more time.
At the very end.
Here it is.
But I'm picturing Herbert from Family Guy.
Yeah,
It looks like the old man on The Simpsons. The old man.
Yeah, that's even better. Homer's dad.
Yeah, Homer's dad's who it is. It's like, yeah, it was in there beforehand.
Was that Chris?
Chris. Doing Homer's dad.
Yeah. There's so many different things that have happened here at the castle over 2022. What are some of the ones that stand out for you guys? What are some of them that you guys really remember?
Oh, the stairs for me.
yes. Yeah.
100% the stairs.
Yeah, we've played the stairs a ton the past couple of podcasts, but those stairs, you can just go back and pull up any of the podcasts that were there. I don't have any explanation for that. It was a ton of people coming down the stairs. I have, other than to say it's paranormal, we caught it. That's really the only thing I can say.
It sounded like about 10 people descending stairs.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
not quickly, but what's the word? With heavy steps.
Yes.
Like they were had a purpose, going somewhere, like down the steps.
this is very long, creepy whisper behind the entire group.
Don't come in October.
Right.
And I,
doesn't want to see Halloween decorations?
Here-
I'm totally lost.
I mean-
I'd want to see this place Christmas stuff.
You do hear something that that is in there. There are just so many different ones of these that it's really hard for me to pick the ones that I consider to be the best of the best of the best of these things. You know, it really is. Many times what we found was that we caught more stuff during the podcast itself than any other time. Did you just hear that? Did you just hear that? When we walked in, it was...
Yeah. Let me go back.
Did you just hear that? Did you just hear that?
I can hear it.
Yeah. When we walked in,
I'm not as close to...
See, you see this... I did not
Who
do
was
that.
Who just did that? Who just did that?
I
That
did
was
not
not
do
me.
that. I did not do that.
I could have swore that was you.
John, that
it
wasn't
was
you.
not. It was not me. But that's the sound that I heard. That was not me.
I just heard that.
It's like somebody imitating what
like
you...
We see that a lot here at the castle. A lot of times, and even on our previous podcast that we just did, a lot of times it seems to be responses, things that, or at least, are interacting with
So
us.
that was like an Inception thing there. I got lost for just a second because you were playing an audio piece of us replaying an audio
Yes,
piece.
and
And then
that's-
something else happened
Yes.
while we were replaying the audio.
Yes, and that happens here. That happens, There are so many different pieces
I remember
of
that
audio.
one though because I heard whispering, like a whisper exhale thing, and like nobody was doing it, and it was very creepy to me because I heard it like with my ears.
This one's called Unknown Sound Behind Chris.
I have an excuse. Okay, so these are all from...
That's a good one.
There was something.
Do that again real quick, can you?
Unknown Sound Behind Chris.
I have an excuse. Okay, so these are all from...
That's really weird.
Really faint, really fast.
Yeah, almost.
Kind of sounds like that same girl sound we heard last week.
Yeah, I really don't know. This one is another unknown sound.
Yeah,
There it is at the beginning,
yeah.
right there.
That one's quick too.
We've got a lot of stuff banging on pipes when we were in the tunnel down there. There were thuds that were in the tunnel. I still have to say that the Mr. Boots video, or the video that Chris caught in the tunnel, is still some of our better video that he caught on the iPhone. I really don't have anything.
That's the exact same time that we walked down to the basement, and that giant, heavy chandelier was swinging around like crazy too.
Yes. Yeah, and there was all
forgot about
kinds of
that.
things that was in there. This one's called Deep Voice Noise at the End of the Tunnel.
Eyes start jacking with you if you look there long enough.
Yeah, they do. I haven't blinked. I don't blink.
So me and Ty are here in the tunnel, and it's completely dark. We're at the very end, and we're looking back towards the entrance to the tunnel. There's a little bit of light down there, and if you stare long enough, it just starts freaking, like, your eyes trick you into seeing all kinds of movement down there. Did you hear something over there? Make a noise for us if you're in here with us.
What'd you think?
Okay,
Did you hear all the whispering?
I
yeah,
did.
there's more to that than I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't think I caught that
because I've
whispering the
only
first time we
ever
ever played
focused
that.
on the deep noise that you hear. Like,
there's
almost
whispering in there.
whispering over
Let's
us.
run that again, and it can't be either one of you guys because it's
point
happening
it out
over you.
when I hear it.
Here it is.
Well, it's just Chris and Tyler.
Eyes start jacking with you if you look there long enough.
Yeah, they do. I haven't blinked. I don't blink.
So me and Ty are here in the tunnel, and it's completely dark. We're at the very end, and we're looking back towards the entrance to the tunnel. There's a little bit of light down there.
Right there.
Yeah.
And if you stare long enough, it just starts freaking, like,
I don't,
your eyes trick you into seeing all kinds
I don't know.
of movement down there. Did you hear something over there? Make a noise for us if you're in here with us.
I don't know. I'd never
Trying
heard
to
those
see if
whispers
I had me
until
there. I thought I heard something else, but I didn't.
this one is right in that same time, and this is called Chris Hears Deep Voice in the Tunnel. Let's see what this is.
I mean, I think so. It's still on.
Okay. We are about 35 feet away from the end of the tunnel.
Are we that far away? My goodness.
We're really close.
What was that? What was that? What the fuck was that? That was a person. Where? Did you hear it? No. You didn't hear that deep voice?
I don't know. Did you just hear that, Brent?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, did you hear the talking?
I heard yeah.
It was
like
old man.
It was him.
Herbert returns.
He's
Yeah.
over here.
he's back.
Listen, that never works. Never mind.
They probably like this room because I could see outside and see.
Could be.
everything.
This one is called Awe Sling Blade.
I thought it said hello.
That sounded like a voice, a male voice.
Voice, and I thought it said hello.
You're kidding.
Nope.
No.
No. We're gonna listen. We need to pay attention to that. We're getting off. We'll mark that. Okay.
Just tell them. What is it?
Well, you're going to hear us talking about
Oh, those
There
are
it is.
wonderful.
That's him.
That's what I just
That was
heard
not
with
me.
my.
Okay.
That's the one that. That's the one that Chris is like, what in the world is causing that? So, I don't know. I think that's definitely one of the better ones that we
one's
had.
great.
Are there any others that just really just jump out and stand out to you guys?
I like all the old weird noise, like the old man noises,
love the
because
old
that's none
man.
of us.
The old
none
man-
of us are in here going.
Writhing in pain.
Man, I tell you what, the old man is one that I cannot describe other than it's so weird. He just shows up completely out of the blue and does that, and that should have been something I would have thought would have been only at Ashley's house. And that's the weird thing. I think the old man here sounds a lot like the old man at Ashley's house. What do you think?
It does. I agree.
If you were to put the two old guys back to back, you'll always catch this. This is called Unknown Whisper in the Fireplace Room.
That's a good one.
This is Whisper Yes Response.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was a good one. Did you hear it, Tyler?
That's pretty bad. This is Hello in the Fireplace. Whoa, what was that?
Is that you?
I said I didn't hear it.
No, that was not. I don't think that was her.
That sounded like old man.
Yeah, I think the old man made an appearance. Okay, let's do the hello again in the fireplace area. This was also another odd one that we discovered this year. This is the ow sound.
That was loud.
What?
We never really could describe that. Chris had assumed that was me, but you ran back audio of me at the time, and there's nothing there. He said he came in and said, "Did you just say ow?" And I said, "Why would I do that? What was there?" But it was an ow sound, and here it is. Sounds a lot like me, but when you went back and listened to it, I'm quiet.
There's nothing on your mic.
Nothing on mine.
Wasn't me, was it?
I don't think so, and it doesn't sound like Ty either. Listen again. I don't know. It says, after Chris says excuse, there is an unknown noise.
Who's running?
Yeah, that's true. I have an excuse. Okay, so these
There.
are all.
And
So
then-
that's like a typical EVP.
It is.
Like, it almost sounds muffled, distorted, like off. There's something off about it. Like
Right.
it's behind a filter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Tyler? Like it's not clear.
It sounds distant.
Yeah.
This one says unknown male voice whisper on the podcast.
That's the best thing that's the best thing that I've personally heard. This whole the overnight investigation. Here we are. You know.
There. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I just heard a male voice talking
Talking.
while he was laughing.
I didn't hear it. I was laughing and gagging.
Let's do it again here, and then I'll point to you here.
That's the best thing that's the best thing that I've personally heard. This whole the overnight investigation. Here we are. You know. There.
Okay.
There it was. In case you didn't hear it, I was just pointing it out to you. So that's
Have you ever
okay.
noticed how some of these sound? They don't. I said a minute ago they sounded distant, but a better explanation or a better description would be like they sound kind of up close to the microphone.
Yes.
but they're really like soft.
Yes.
Really far away. I can't do it.
I can't either because it sounds like that they are very close mic'd but low volume.
Very low volume.
You know, they're a very distant sound, but
And it can even be like, remember some of those that we caught at Bolivar that sounded like the kid? It'd be a kid going like, yeah, but like,
yeah, he sounds
normal.
Yes.
And close mic'd.
Yep.
But like somebody has just dialed down the volume to zero.
You see that, and that happens a lot on all of these.
I don't know. I wouldn't know why.
I know that we've already played the I Tell You one, but that's a good one. The one that jumps in, I'll tell you. I think that's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that one when we started this.
No, I wasn't either. And
That's a good one.
This is called Ghost Sound Breath.
Yeah, it's like a.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
No, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear that other one in there?
I don't think I'd ever heard that one before. You
Is it
know,
Melissa?
Play that one again.
I don't think it's Melissa.
Yeah, it's like a.
Whoa!
There,
Yeah.
Whoa!
Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
No, did you?
Yeah, I did. In my.
So
I guess it could have been Melissa, that second one, but the first one definitely was.
no, and I don't know what would cause this. There's just so many weird things.
You will hear you guys upstairs in the background, but this
Yes,
is,
but not up close. There he is.
Oh, there's my man.
There he is. You can always depend on the old man to just randomly surface. Here he comes.
you will hear you guys upstairs in the background, but this
yes,
is,
but not up close. See, and the thing about it is, people say, "Well, that's Chris's voice over Chris on Chris's mic."
That's not Chris.
No, none of us can make the noise that well.
No, and I just,
It's really
I don't
fun.
know. This happened when we were packing up from the overnight investigation. Here this is. You can kind of hear a bit of a whisper. Yep, and then hear his whisper as we're leaving.
mine's all in this box right here. These two.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's why I look like a mule when I'm leaving.
More creepy whispering.
And you get a lot of that stuff. This is called rumble and moving something in the tunnel. Now the tunnel is empty at this time.
Dude,
was
why have I
that?
never heard this one?
That sounds like a body being dragged.
There it is. Something is being maneuvered around.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
So it stops and then goes again?
Yes.
But there's nothing down there.
Right. And that's why we left this in here, because this is one of them that I don't know. And then
I've
there's-
never heard this one.
I haven't either. Did you hear a whisper there?
Yeah.
Play that again.
All right. Here we go. Let me start it over here.
Like on the EVP?
Yeah, on the EVP.
Here we go. Not hearing the whisper now,
Me neither.
which kind of alarms me a little bit. Yeah, it's weird.
Wait, hang on. Just. It doesn't stop.
No.
Even that sound, it gets really light, but you can hear it a couple times, like very lightly too.
Well,
Like,
and then there's also footsteps in the tunnel. This is footsteps between Chris and Ty.
We hear a loud noise in the tunnel.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
you just take a step?
What do you mean? What?
Did you move?
I haven't moved. I've been here for about maybe a minute and a half.
I just heard footsteps between us.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Then there were footsteps. Something moved in the tunnel, too, that happened with this one here. I can kind of hear some stuff. Yourselves?
Yeah, it's the same type of noise as the dragging. It's just not as much.
Well, and then this one is called Whisper in the Tunnel, Help Me.
What is that? I mean, I know it's just a natural, but what is it? Talking about the noise we keep hearing, it's just something down here, but I didn't notice it when we first came in. But okay, now it sounds like the heat may have just taken a break. Let's see if it continues.
Right there.
Yep, I heard it.
That must have been the heater.
It sounded like "help me."
Yeah, it was. To me, it sounded like it said, help me.
Really quick. Yep.
Help me. That's some pretty bizarre stuff that we've got in the tunnel. This is called Bang and a Voice in the Tunnel. It's that same Boots guy. Do you hear that?
A deep voice.
Yeah, that
followed by two bangs, followed by a deep voice.
Well, and I think what we've got to do when we get in and we do the next investigation here, I really think we really need to focus in a lot on that tunnel. Maybe Ty and Bobby just set up down there at the tunnel for the duration.
No, I don't like the tunnel.
See, I don't like the tunnel only because I get very claustrophobic, and it gets very narrow down there.
The problem I don't like about the tunnel is I am afraid I'm going to get to the very end of the tunnel and look back and see Palpatine at the.
I don't want to see Palpatine, my only exit. I really like two that I did not expect or remember.
See, that's what happens.
I liked the one. What was that one that we played at the beginning that we talked about already?
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's really good. And then I really find the dragging noise in the empty tunnel interesting.
That's like the creepy the Willard closet closing door.
It really is. It is. You know, I mean,
Something has to make that noise.
Well, you're
That's
in a room.
Heavy physical noise.
Yeah, there's got to be something there, and I don't know exactly what it is. I am still always amazed that no matter what we do, people or things or creatures or whatever these things are always like to interact and just jump in randomly on the podcast. Can you remember any other investigation where we caught that much activity around when we were talking?
I mean, that's how. For some reason, that's how I always kind of thought it worked most of the time. Is that we have to kind of dig and sift through our own conversation to find things that are being said by not one of us. It happens all the time, and that's how we catch these EVPs here at the podcast or at the castle every weekend.
Yeah.
Is when we're talking.
Very well could be. Well, I think that we pretty well covered everything for this week, and we'll be back again soon with another episode of Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter Podcast.